If you want to skip this introduction and go straight to the steps for using the SAQs, go to time 2 minutes and 32 seconds of this video. Hello Science 21 teachers, I'm Rick Ledbetter with STEMSIMS. STEMSIMS provides a digital environment for your grades 3 through 5 students to complete the supplemental assessment questions called SAQs associated with each of the Science 21 units of study. The SAQs are a set of multiple choice items that measure the conceptual understanding of your students on the content presented within each Science 21 unit. More importantly, the SAQs serve as practice vehicles helping to prepare your students for the New York State elementary level science test. One of the major benefits of using STEMSIM's digital version of the SAQs is providing your students with practice answering questions in a computer-based testing environment. Screen reading, navigating the digital environment, and entering answers to test items are all critical skills students must master before attempting the state assessment. Another benefit of using digital STEMSIMs is that your students can take each test multiple times and all their attempts are recorded and reported to you. Students can practice the test not only in class but also at home. Lastly, providing test materials in the STEMSIMs electronic format saves you time since the students' tests are machine graded and reported to you and your students. You also save paper and show your students the importance of being good stewards of the environment by reducing the use of natural resources. Next, we'll walk you through the steps for using the SAQs with your students. You can re-watch this video or go to the Help section under the Resources tab of STEMSIMs for additional support videos. To begin, go to STEMSIMS.com. Once there, log into STEMSIMs with your teacher account. Since this is the first time using STEMSIMs, you'll need to create a new class. To do this, select the Add Class button on the bottom of the screen. Here, enter a name for your new class. Select the academic year and semester. Most times this is a full year. The grade level, in this case grade 5, and standard. Here, NYSP 12 SLS, grades 3 through 5. On the bottom of the screen, you have the option of requiring your students to complete all parts of a lesson or assessment before they can submit the assignment, or give the students the option of turning in incomplete assignments. Here, the No selection allows the partial submission of student work. Once happy with your selection and entries, select the Save button. Note the class you just created is now the active class. Next, you need to enter student names into this class. Select the Students tab on the left menu and then the Add Students button in the middle of the screen. You'll see several ways to roster your students, including entering student names manually here on the bottom of the screen. This free version of STEMSIMs does not support rostering from Google Classroom, Clever, or Canvas. However, you can export rosters from these applications as CSV files and import these files into STEMSIMs. Here, we'll import students from a CSV file to create our class roster. We prepared for this previously by exporting student names into a CSV file from a spreadsheet program. Select the Choose File button from the left middle of the screen. Search for the CSV file that you wish to upload the file, and the completed student roster now appears on screen. Once your class and roster is complete, you're now ready to assign the SAQs to your students. To do this, select the Assignments tab from the left menu, and then the Add Assignments button from the middle of the screen. Note that grades 3 through 5 and New York grades 3 through 5 standards are pre-selected in the left menu. Choose the Select a Category option under Categories in the left menu area and use the drop-down menu to select Science 21 and then Grade 5 from the subcategory menu. Note the SAQs appear in the middle of the screen along with other Science 21 simulations and lessons you can use with your students. Choose SAQ Grade 5 option and you'll see different unit assessments. Each unit assessment was split into 2 or 3 smaller tests with fewer items so students could complete the assessments in a shorter amount of time. To assign Grade 5 Unit 1 Session A Space Systems, Stars and the Solar System assessment, select the Lesson 1 tab and then the View Assign Assessment button. The assessment now appears on screen. This unit exam that originally contained 14 items was parsed into only 4 items on this session of the test. To assign this assessment to your students, select a due date from the right menu, and then the Create Assignment button on the upper right side of the screen. The assignment now appears in your class assignments listed as Unit 1, Session A, and is now ready for your students to complete. Next, we'll see how your students would access the SAQ assignment. To do this, log out as a teacher and log in as a student using the general student login information we provided. Once logged in, the student will see a class list. The student should select their class and the student's name will appear on a list. The first time a student logs into STEMSIMS, they will be asked to create and enter a unique password that only the student knows. Once they complete this task, the class assignment list appears on screen. The student should select the SAQ assignment and complete the assessment. Once done, they should select the Submit Assessment button on the bottom of the screen. The student's score appears to the student on the top right side of the screen. The student can then select the Save and Return to Assignments and try the assessment again or log out of STEMSIMS. Here, I'll retake the test as a student. One great feature of STEMSIMS is the ability to translate content on the screen. To do so, select the Select Language from the right side of the screen and then scroll down to the desired language. Once selected, the entire screen content changes to that language, including the navigation on the page. I'll return to the language of English by selecting this button and then complete the assessment as a student. Each time students attempt the assessment, their scores will be reported to you and to them. To view the student's work as a teacher, log out as a student and back in as the teacher. Select the Assignments tab from the left menu area and then the Grade 5 SAQ assessment. Here, you'll see a list of students who took the assessment, their scores, and the date they completed the assessment. For a more detailed view of the student's performance on that assessment, select the Students tab from the left menu, and then the student name, and the detailed view of their assessment will appear. For more help using STEMSIMs, go to the Resources tab on the top left side of the screen. Choose the Help option from the drop-down menu. Scroll down and you can then select the help video you wish to view. We'd like to thank the entire Science 21 team for all their efforts in creating this valuable tool for teachers and students. We'd also like to thank you for taking the time to see how STEMSIMs and Science 21 can be used together to improve student achievement.